Every time you wash your hands, you're basically unleashing a microscopic hit squad, and the weapon of choice is bubbles. Not the cute kind. Soap molecules are like tiny tadpoles with a split personality. One end loves water, the other hates it, and dives straight into greasy germ membranes. Then snap, they rip those membranes apart like wet tissue paper. Viruses? They're basically bags of fat. Soap turns them into molecular soup. And the bubbles? They trap the wreckage and carry it off your skin like little crime scene cleanup crews. So yeah, hand washing isn't polite, it's brutal. Soap doesn't politely escort germs off your hands, it tears them open like a microscopic bouncer flipping tables. Many bacteria and viruses, especially the infamous ones with envelopes like flu or coronavirus, are wrapped in a fatty membrane. Think of that membrane like a greasy bubble holding all their important bits together. Soap molecules are shaped like tiny tadpoles. One end loves water, the other loves fat. So when you lather up, those fat-loving tails dive straight into the germ's membrane like a swarm of tiny crowbars, prying it apart. The structure destabilizes, holes form, and suddenly the germ is less organism and more biological confetti. It's not subtle, it's molecular sabotage. And the best part is, soap doesn't need to be smart about it. It's not targeting specific pathogens like a sniper. It's more like tossing a handful of microscopic wedges into anything greasy and watching it collapse. So every time you wash your hands, you're basically unleashing a chaotic mob of molecules that dismantle germs by attacking the very thing holding them together. It's less cleaning, more structural demolition. Soap doesn't just destroy, it also kidnaps. Once those little molecular hooligans have disrupted membranes, they form structures called micelles, which are basically tiny spherical cages. Picture a bunch of soap molecules forming a circle with their fat-loving tails pointing inward and their water-loving heads facing outward. Inside that little bubble prison, dirt, oil, bits of microbes, anything greasy that got caught in the crossfire. It's like soap is running a microscopic sting operation, rounding up suspects and stuffing them into a transport van made of chemistry. And because the outside of the micelle loves water, the whole package becomes easy to rinse away. Without soap, water alone is terrible at grabbing oily stuff. It's like trying to wash butter off a plate with just more butter's enemy vibes. Soap solves this by building these clever molecular cages that hide the grease from the water and then happily carry it off. So while it looks like you're just rubbing your hands together, you're actually assembling thousands of tiny capture devices that trap grime and escort it straight down the drain. It's part demolition, part abduction. Water on its own is kind of lazy. It beads up, sits on the surface, and refuses to get into the nooks and crannies where germs love to hang out, like microscopic introverts. Soap fixes that by lowering water's surface tension, which is basically the force that makes water act like it's holding itself together in a tight little club. Add soap, and suddenly that club falls apart. The water spreads out, flattens, and seeps into every tiny crack in your skin. Now, imagine those cracks as a whole apartment complex of bacteria. Without soap, water just knocks on the front door and leaves. With soap, it kicks the door open and checks every room. This spreading action means the soap molecules can reach more germs and do their membrane-ripping, micelle-forming chaos everywhere, not just on the surface. It's like turning a drizzle into a full-on search operation. So the next time you see water bead up on your hand, remember, that's water being shy. Soap is what turns it into an overachieving detective that refuses to leave until it's checked behind every microscopic couch cushion. Soap is powerful, but it's not above a little brute force. When you scrub your hands, you're not just making bubbles for fun, you're physically evicting microbes that are clinging on like tiny squatters. Skin isn't smooth. It's more like a rugged landscape full of ridges, pores, and creases where bacteria can hide. Scrubbing creates friction that loosens their grip, while the soap molecules are busy undermining their structure and wrapping them up. It's a coordinated attack. Chemical sabotage plus mechanical shoving. Think of it like trying to get gum off your shoe. You don't just stare at it, you scrape, twist, and pull, while maybe using something to break it down. That's exactly what's happening on your hands. The motion helps lift microbes away from the surface, so the soap can trap them and water can carry them off. And yes, this is why quick little rinses don't cut it. You need time and movement. Those extra seconds of scrubbing are basically you saying, "No, seriously, everyone out," while soap backs you up with molecular-level chaos. Some viruses walk around wearing what is essentially a greasy raincoat, and soap absolutely loves ruining that outfit. These are called enveloped viruses, and their outer layer is made of lipids, fats stolen from the cells they previously infected. It sounds clever, but it's also their biggest weakness. Soap molecules are basically designed to mess with fats, so when they encounter one of these viruses, it's like a swarm of tiny scissors cutting up that lipid coat. Once that outer layer is compromised, the virus can't function, it can't infect cells, it can't protect its genetic material, it's just done. It's like popping a balloon and expecting it to still hold air. This is why plain soap and water can be incredibly effective against viruses like influenza and SARS-CoV-2. You don't need something fancy, you just need something that can dismantle fat. And soap does that with gleeful efficiency. So while it feels gentle and smells like lavender, what's actually happening is a ruthless molecular ambush on anything wrapped in grease. It's skincare on the outside, total annihilation on the inside.